What up, y'all? Conscious One coming at you guys. I'm gonna have to do a part 2. I didn't plan to do this, and these kind of be the best videos, man. When I don't actually plan what I'm gonna talk about, but I gotta do a part 2 to Dru Tube this particular video because it's so pertinent, and for this brother to make a video about this at this time, I know that a lot of men like myself, like him, himself, we seeing a lot of things out here that's not making sense. And you know, the sad thing about it, guys, is that basically, remember I told y'all, man, it's like the chosen ones, we're so separated from everybody. It's almost like it's only one chosen one, like every, man, probably 500 miles, I guess, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's a lot to the fact that you got to go on YouTube to find any particular individual to talk about a subject that you just can't talk about openly around anybody that you know. Most of us, we don't stray too far from our homes, right? You might go work out at the gym, whether you're going to school, work out at a gym, the job you work at, the place you hang out, work, whatever. You know, you're pretty much only dealing with a 25-mile radius for the most of us. And so whatever you're going through, it's going to be kind of like you really can't get out that situation unless you travel, right? Or, you know, in this case, you got to go on YouTube to find somebody that's talking about what you're talking about. Now, guys, I'm going to tell y'all right now, there's a lot of talking points that I can talk about, but I can't say it on YouTube. We have a lot of demonic activity going on based on things that people have put in their body. We got a lot of people that are under mind control. I just seen somebody walking with red shoes again. We got people, we're dealing with mind control. We're dealing with people that are demonically possessed. And if they're not demonically possessed, they're demonically influenced. Because let me tell you something, guys, a character like myself, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up about me. I'm so strong, and I have so much conviction in what I do every day and what I believe and what I know. I have so much conviction in that with me, any individual that comes into my presence, I know that if this individual is not at least 60-70% just as strong as I am, and I'm a very strong dude, God would not anoint a little punk, y'all. I'm sorry I have to keep throwing that in y'all face that I'm anointed. I keep telling y'all, God does not anoint a dude that don't have no freaking balls. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of tests. And that's why I'm anointed, because I passed some tests. So whoever I come across, you know, that I could possibly be hanging out with or seeing several times or multiple times, maybe every day, I got to be careful. I have to monitor these individuals. You know, the Bible tells us you have to test the spirit. You have to. Because let me tell you something, man. If the devil cannot get to you, which he cannot get to me, that's why I'm anointed. You don't get this kind of power, y'all, unless God has to trust you. Because it's like you get the anointing, God is not going to take it back from you unless you, I don't know, dead or something. God is not the type to give you something and then take it back. If he gives you something, he already know what you've done in your past. He know what you're doing now, and he knows what you're going to do in the future. He don't anoint somebody. God don't anoint somebody that he think is going to be lukewarm, or this may have. Do you understand what I'm telling you? When I say I have already passed the test, that means there's nothing that can happen to me for the rest of my life that God knows I wouldn't pass that test to. I've covered all bases. God has put me in all situations, and that's why I tell y'all it was very, very harsh. And as y'all see, it took about 42 years to prove to God. I mean, he already knew who his chosen was, but you still got to be put to test. Anyway, guys, let me get to the point, because I got to play this brother's video. I only got 30 minutes on my phone. There's a lot of variables, guys, that I could talk about that I can't talk about. People are much influenced by the devil in these last days. You know there is. Especially think about an anointed person dealing with somebody else who's not anointed. The devil gonna attack them. So an anointed person, and then if you get a woman, you got to be very concerned about that also. We're gonna pick up where we left off at last time, guys. It's just a shame. You gotta. The only people that seem to resonate with you is behind a screen. But you know what? I can understand why it would have to be like that, because we have to be spread out. If we all together, the enemy can attack. He can attack you better if you're in a group of chosen ones. We have to be separated until God get us out this motherfucker. We shouldn't even be. We shouldn't even have to even be talking about this, guys. As grown men, we shouldn't even have to be bringing this type of stuff up. It's embarrassing. Let's just get to it, man. Let's get to it. Let me push play. Let's get to this.
But when, and no disrespect there either, but when a man has a woman, if he's ignoring his girl, or if he's busy, if he's working on something, what is that woman going to do? Say that man has been out in the garage for 8 hours every day after work, building something, and his wife or his girlfriend or his woman hasn't really.
Real quick, guys, I'm not gonna interrupt too much in this one. This is one of the reasons why, guys, I don't even have time for a girlfriend or a wife, because this world is ending. I don't even have time to deal with a woman on that level, of a woman seeking my attention and doing things to irritate. I don't even have that kind of time, let alone another man doing it. Oh my goodness.
Seen too much of him or gotten too much attention to him. She may get a little petty. She may, if she's been not at first, all right. If she gets petty, if the first thing she do is get petty, you gotta check that right away, all right, always. But she may, and you still gotta check it as a man and things like that, all right. Plus, she wants you to check it, all right. Ladies, we know how y'all get. But if say that man's out in the garage working, if he hasn't been paying his woman enough attention, then she's going to either come out and be like, hey, babe, or hey, husband, or hey, boyfriend, or hey, whatever, what's up? How come, you haven't been spending much time with me? You haven't been watching TV like we usually do. What's up with our routine? We haven't been cuddling. We haven't been Netflixing. We haven't been chilling. We haven't been sitting in the hot tub. You ain't been rubbing my back lately. You ain't been giving me my little neck rub lately. I need some kisses and some hugs or something like that. Or she may take it a step further if she's tried that a couple times, and she may start to nag that man. Not like she may start to try to get his attention in a way to where like she doesn't care how this man responds. Because if he's non-responsive and he's like, I'm busy, I'm working on this, I gotta do something, it's something that I'm interested in, I'm building this, I'm putting this together, I gotta, I'm blah blah blah, I'm out here playing cards with the fellas. Like for instance, Bernie Mac, when he would be out there playing cards with the fellas, and one of the kids would act up or something, and Wanda would have to go out there and be like, hey, Jordan, or hey, Vanessa, or hey, baby girl, isn't acting right, or something's not right. But either way, and sometimes it's in more severe cases to where like the woman just comes out there and like just does something to get his attention, because she as a woman needs attention. All right, women like attention from their man. They need attention from their man. And if he's not giving her the right amount of attention, she feels that she deserves that. She's like, my man's not giving me some attention. You gonna give me some attention. It comes to a point to where that's where it comes to, and that's where it goes to. And even down and all right, so we done hit the women, okay? We done hit the point on the ladies. Ladies, when they're not getting enough attention from their man, they're going to behave in such a way to where, whether it's positive or negative, that man is going to give that woman attention, because all she really wants is some attention from her man at that point. she's not getting the amount of attention that she usually gets, or she's not getting any at all because he's busy. He's out in the garage. He's chilling with his boys. He's chilling with his men. He's chilling with his partners. He's out there playing cards, or just, having a little beer, or having a drink or something, or they just shooting the breeze, or chopping it up, or just talking about life. All right, or they're out there, watching a little game or something, or whatever they may be doing. Or he's out there, fiddling with his hands, putting his little this together, building his little car, or working on his Harley, or whatever that man may be doing. All right, working on his tools or something. Maybe it's something on his mind, and maybe it's something that he's trying to put together, or something that he's thinking of, or something that he got to process. Or he could be out there, talking to God or something. He could be out there praying. He could be out there reading the word. He could be out there doing whatever he's doing, trying to either let off some steam, get closer to the Creator, the Most High, or whatever that man might be doing. All right, men take time away, and men need time and space to think, to process things, to get some things off their mind, to get their mind together. Men, we deal with a lot of worldly things,
It's kind of interesting that he's talking about, first the dynamic between a man and a woman, because I do want to say a few things about that also. It's kind of interesting because I was just talking about this yesterday. I didn't watch the full video yesterday. I'm just getting through it today. But I was telling y'all yesterday how I will be worried about being in a relationship, married and stuff like that, because I have a relationship with the Most High, and I feel like my woman would actually be jealous of that. Okay, because I have a close relationship with the Most High. Now I know that there are women out there who will understand that. And I'm gonna tell y'all something too. That's why it's important that you deal with a guy like myself. I was talking about how I have to deal with a woman who's more of an entrepreneur, because when you're working for yourself, you have to work more hours. Some people think it's a walk in the park or a breeze when you're not on the 9 to 5. No, you're actually doing more work, and there's more mental process you have to put into it when you're working for yourself. Even the gig apps, I do consider gig apps working for yourself. Why? Because nobody is telling me what to do. There is no whip on my back to have me get out here and work from 12 to 15 hours on a gig app. There's no motivator. There's no discipline. I'm my own disciplinarian. I'm my own worst critic. If I do something wrong, I write myself up. I don't need nobody else to write me up. I can tell myself, hey, you didn't work too hard yesterday. You better get back at it tomorrow. You didn't do what you're supposed to do yet. I don't need nobody else to tell me that. But anyway, getting back to the point, my advice, because we don't want to keep talking about the problem without no solutions. Guys like this brother, guys like myself, it's important you get with a female that has a mind of an entrepreneur, because she's going to be busy. You're going to be busy. She's going to have more of an understanding of me being busy and having this, well, first of all, my work, right? And then I had this relationship with the Most High that I cannot cut off that connection to deal with you, especially in times like this. In this wicked ass world, you got to be extra on your P's and Q's. Okay? Because the devil is busy. You have to be extra on point. You cannot make no mistakes in a society like this. You have to have plan A, B, and C, because the devil is busy. So I just want to say that it's just kind of interesting in brothers talking about this, because I was just talking about that yesterday before I even finished the rest of this video, but let's get to it.
Jobs, businesses, not to say women don't, but men process things a lot different. We're not going to sit down and let me talk to you and express everything that's going on with me. Men are like, I got to process this, and I got to sort through this mentally. All right, men are mental. All right, so we work out things in our mind through our thoughts and through thought processes and mentalities and mental states. All right, that's us. That's how we roll and stuff. All right, but that's females. A female will try to check her man and try to check on him and make sure everything's all right. But when it gets past the point of her not getting the proper amount of attention that she feels she deserves, she will kind of do the most, all right, to go out there and get that attention. Whether she put on a little something, and she walk in front of him and make him drop his tools and hit his head on the hood of the car. Maybe it might even be one of them type of situations. You know, she may come out there in that Victoria's Secret. Okay, all right, she may.
All right, guys. I remember one time I was dating this girl. Man, we might have to make a part 3 of this. We'll see how far we can get into this. I remember one time I was dating this girl, man. Imagine this, right? My birthday come up. We drinking. Alcohol makes you very tired. Guys, if you want to bang your woman's back out real good, you can't be getting drunk. You take a shot, but you can't get drunk. So my birthday, I'm getting drunk, and this woman, I had already hit it several times. And for some reason, this woman like wanted it from me every single day. Okay? I mean, she wanted it every single day, y'all. Now, after you didn't hit it and did it in all different type of ways and directions, see, this is another problem too. You know, you meet a woman, the lust that you have for her. You know, people say lust is evil. Well, let me tell you something. If you stop lusting for the woman that you lusted out there in the beginning, it's gonna be problems. She's gonna let them know, hey, you're not chasing this how you used to chase it. I mean, that's one of the reasons, guys, I'm happy to be single. I cannot go through this stuff, man, with people. I cannot babysit women. I already know how the whole thing is gonna happen. You know, you chase again. Chasing the tail in the beginning is not gonna be the same. Even the way you treat each other from the beginning through the relationship is not. I don't have time to be worrying about other people's emotions, guys. In this wicked world that we live, I just simply don't have the time. So I'm glad that I'm single. I just simply do not have the time. In order for me to go out here and work and do what I do for myself, y'all, I have to be. People losing their mind. Y'all hear it? Not even going anywhere. Almost hit another car trying to get around me. It went at 25 miles and it's rush hour. Anyways, it's always the people driving those German vehicles too. That's thinking that the road is 50 miles per hour just for them, but 25 for everybody else. But anyway. A lot of demonic activity out here, y'all. Kind of lost my thought. But anyway, I just can't be going through it, guys. All the energy it takes for me to get out here and do what I got to do, I don't have the... I mean, my woman would, after a while, she would think that she would be talking about I'm mean and I'm cold. And I don't have time for that. Don't have time for it. I really don't advise men to get into a relationship with women these days unless you plan on having children. If you do not plan on having children with women, I don't suggest guys getting married and all that stuff. There are other ways to get your rocks off. Hey, I'm anointed, so God is with me regardless of what I do at this point. And I don't, relationship. That's just I'm helping a woman like that, and that's why some of these simps, I ain't gonna lie, we can thank the simps for getting with these women. Yeah, keep them occupied so they're not bothering me. You can thank the simps because they, going through the mall holding their hand. I don't have time for that junk, man. That's why the simp is there. See, there's a reason for everything. But anyway, I just want to let's keep going.
Come out there in a trench coat. Okay, your house.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. So dating this girl here on my birthday, I got drunk. Told her I was going to sleep. We went home drunk. Told this woman I didn't feel like having sex that night. For some reason, this woman came out of the bathroom in some red lingerie as if she was popping out of a birthday cake, like I don't even know, Vanna White or something, or I don't know what the hell. And the girl started crying because I didn't want to have sex with her that night. Remember, guys, I'm drunk, I'm tired. I'd already banged it several times. I was out of it. It's my birthday. I was completely drunk. Okay? This woman wanted it every day. And then she cried because, remember, it's my birthday. So shouldn't I be getting what I want on my birthday? This woman came out of the bathroom like, ta-da, like I had never seen her ass before. And I had already told her I didn't feel like doing nothing that night. See, it's stuff like that I don't have time for. And this is something that's not talked about either. Man, you got women, man, out here, they want sex every day from their man and stuff like that. That's why it's dangerous to be like, it's kind of dangerous to get in a relationship where you just lusting, because it's not always going to be like that. And the woman it's like they're going to always use that against you. When you stop having sex with that woman like you used to, she's going to always use that against you. I don't have time for the childish games, guys. That's why I'm glad I'm alone.
Y'all rules, okay? Hopefully the garage is closed, and hopefully y'all ain't got no nosy neighbors. But she got a trench coat on, so it's all good. As long as she's facing the inside of the garage, it's all good, you know? As long as she ain't facing the neighbor's house, that's a little weird. But she probably is, you know, facing the inside of the garage, okay? But now we done hit I'm pretty sure y'all understand that when a female's not getting the right amount of attention that she needs, she's gonna go to any length to try to get it, because that's her man, that's her husband, you know, that's that's her partner, as far like partner.
I do feel sorry for guys that's married, because with this inflation and how much you gotta work now to keep what you got, just to keep the little shit you got, all the work, that stresses a man out. And if a man is stressed out, he's just simply not going to be able to deal with the woman's needing of attention. This is how they got everybody warring against each other. That's why whenever inflation happens, when you see prices go up, remember, when people don't got nothing to lose, they lose it. So as the prices keep rising, it's going to be a lot more domestic violence. Like right now, if the gas price go up $1, just think about $1. Now lately, I mean, you're gonna see a lot of chaos. Even if it go up $1, I see people's temperament fluctuating with the gas prices. I see it, guys, because I had the time to pay attention to stuff like that. And the people who set prices, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Let's make the gas. You know, people getting too calm. We need some more violence. Raise the gas prices up $1. Watch this. Next thing you know, people at each other's throats. That's all it takes, guys. Inflation. A little bit of inflation. People lose their minds. Lately, I've been seeing ambulances everywhere. Matter of fact, I've been having to change where I go work at now, because the area I've been working in, I've been noticing a lot of ambulances and fire trucks. And I'm like, okay, everybody in this area is losing it now. It's time for me to switch up. Guys, the last 2 days, I've been seeing all these ambulances, man. I don't know if they're running skits, gang stalking, I don't know what it is, but I've been seeing all these goddamn ambulances everywhere on my routes. Like, what the hell is going on now?
I like partner, like I mentioned with the fellas, but like that's her actual partner. You know, that's her man. But now we done touched on the ladies, okay? But as far as children, when children don't get the amount of attention, what do kids do? Hey, look at me. Hey. Like you remember being a child at your little family function, your little Thanksgiving, your Easter, your Christmas, things like that. You remember being around the adults and the adults talking, and you seeing, you know, you wanting to you was hyped because it was a holiday and all the family was there, or you was hyped because you was getting your favorite toy this Christmas, and you know you on 100.
I'm gonna move it up a little bit, guys.
You're acting like a woman.
Okay.
You're not acting like a man. So
here we go.
It's like choosing not to understand, and at that point it's showing his little behind. So you know you might have to go, hey, all right now. But as far as a grown man acting in that manner, that's why it's feminine and it's childish, and that's why you may need what I put in the title. All right, you may need to go get you may need to go holler at a doctor or something. All right, or you may need to have a deep, dark talk with yourself about who you are and what you are, because you're acting out of your mask. You're acting unlike a man. You're not acting masculine. And as far as the children, you're with the pacifier, you're acting like a child. So it's like when a man can't come to you and talk to you and be like, yo, let's work this out, let's fix this. Or even if you're aware of, regardless of somebody talking to you and working it out, if you are just aware of something that you're doing is provoking another man, and you keep doing that to get it.
Now, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all the problem with this, and this is why we got YouTube. People gotta talk about this, because remember, you cannot talk to people about stuff anymore. People are too sensitive. All right, everybody's in their emotions these days. They're not thinking what they're not using their logical mind. Now, the plausible deniability is always going to be used by the narcissist or the person that's doing these type of tactics. Because think about it. If you brought this up, let's say you felt another man was acting like this. If you brought this up to the man, they can easily switch it around on you and say that you're the one in your emotions and you're the one who's acting feminine. So this is why brothers like Dru Tube, myself, this is why I wouldn't even bring this up to another dude, because they can easily say, well, I had no idea this was going on. Like, then they can go tell somebody, guess what dude approached me and said, and they'll switch it around like you're the one being emotional and you're the one who's acting like a child or a woman just for bringing it up. Just like this Dru Tube making this video, a narcissist, somebody could easily say, well, why are you so worried about it? It seems to me that you're the one who's acting feminine. You're the one who's acting childish. I didn't even know this was going on. You see? So you can't even, if you know somebody's doing tactics like this, guys, the only thing you can do is disassociate yourself with them. Because it's not going to end well. And this is why people on YouTube, and this is why people disassociate themselves from people to begin with, because people got a lot of games that they play out here, but they'll always, and it don't matter what subject matter we're talking about. If you approach somebody with a problem, they always got this plausible deniability where they can switch it up on you and say, no, you're the one with the problem. Even if somebody else find out that you approached a man with that, even they could agree with this narcissist and say, yeah, that does sound like they the one with the, you see how you can't get nowhere, guys? You can't get nowhere. You have to disassociate yourself and try your best to find people with like minds. Now, opposites, I was making fun of that Paul Abdul song, Opposites Attract. Man, okay, woman and female, yeah, that attracts. But when it comes to having friendships and partnerships, you have to deal with people with like minds.
Attention, then you're acting like a child and you're acting like a female. You're not acting like a man at all. You're acting like a woman and you're acting like a child. So if you have an issue with another man, if you can't go to him and talk.
As I'm saying, I see another dude down here with red shoes on. Guys, we're in a lot of trouble, man. We're in a lot of trouble. Because these people wearing these red shoes, man, all that tells me is that a lot of people out here are under demonic possession, guys. They took the jab. People took the jab. This is the part we're not talking about right now, guys. It's a different video. Y'all got to study Into the Stars channel. But we're dealing with people that are just simply demonically possessed and under mind control, guys. All right? I'm just going to tell you straight up. And if they don't have an anointing from God, my advice to an anointed person is this: you probably not going to, in this time we living in, you're probably not going to be able to be friends with that individual, unfortunately.
Talk to him about it, and all you're trying to do is get attention from him or upset him in another way. As a man, you aren't acting masculine because that's what females do. And that's also what children do. So you're acting like a child and you're acting like a woman. You're not acting like a man. So we tend to get upset over these kinds of things and be like, yo, man, they playing with me, man. They better recognize who they playing with or blah, blah, blah. You don't even get like that in those types of situations. Because if a man can't come to you and say to you, yo, I have a problem with you, I don't like you, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 they're not gonna come to, no man has ever came to me and told me he had a problem with me. Let's be honest, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna resort to childish tactics to get you into some kind of altercation or drama. It's actually witchcraft, to be honest with you. It's witchcraft.
So my advice is, men, if y'all dealing with this type of stuff out there, you're gonna have to disassociate. A lot of people, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If you're a man, you have a relationship with the Most High, a lot of times you're just simply gonna have to be alone, man. You're just simply gonna have to be alone. It's too dangerous to get partnerships with people anyway, because even if you find somebody you cool with, you like to hang out with, that person may have 5 other people that's attached to them that's demonic, that can be indirectly now attached to you just because you're hanging out with a particular individual. It's just, God, I mean, that's why, guys, y'all hear me say, I can't wait till God just sets up his new kingdom. Because it's fucked up when you got to always be worrying about who's trying to do what to you and looking over your goddamn back every goddamn. We don't have time for this shit.
Need to just disregard that and leave that alone. That should be enough for you right there. Looking at the situation like that, be like, yo, that's not a real man. I don't even have to address that. That's a feminine man, or that's a child. You know, that's nothing that I have to address. That person has an issue. They can't obviously take it up with me. They can't come to me as a grown man. They have to keep trying to do something to try to upset another man that's not doing anything to them, or try to piss off a peaceful guy, you know what I'm saying, or try to upset a peaceful person. So it's like, that's something that it may be annoying, it may get on your nerves, but just totally disregard that, and it's not even worth your time. That's something that is not even worth your time, fellas. It's not even worth your time. It's like if a woman was to behave to you like that, what would you do? All right. If a woman kept trying to get your attention and you already expressed to her, or maybe you didn't express to her, if a woman kept acting like that, you would ignore her. If a child kept acting like that, you would ignore it, especially if they're not doing anything to you, like physically or anything like that. You would just bypass and be like, yo, man, that girl's crazy and she annoying as heck. Or
I hate to say it, guys, but one of the reasons too that I'm so skeptical of dating and stuff like this is because of all the mental illness that can be running through a particular bloodline. Well, I know Most High can cut off pretty much the anointed people. I think we was looking over the conscious one of my videos, and it kept talking about RH negative blood. RH, I think I said it like 3 times. I don't know my blood type, guys, because I don't fuck with doctors like that. I don't fuck with butchers. They can even lie to me and come back and tell you got a different blood type when that's not even your blood type. You understand what I'm saying? But blood has a lot to do with this. And I mean, I even heard your blood type can switch up based on your diet. You don't always keep the same blood type. So if it's telling me mine is RH negative, and when we look up the conscious one, maybe that is my blood type. And so now you got a different blood type. Now you're going to be alien from these other people that don't have your blood type. I have a relationship with the Most High, my angels, right now, guys. And no, I know that there are women out there, but no, I'm just talking about from a conventional perspective. You worry about dealing with people because, you know, things that can indirectly affect you. When you by yourself, man, you ain't got to worry about all these issues, because if anybody got a problem with you, you ready to squirt, you ready to handle it, and your name ain't tied to nobody else. So anything that comes at me, I can handle it and take full responsibility and accountability over it. There's a lot of people, guys, suffering from mental illness out here, y'all. We got a lot of mental illness in the black bloodline. A lot of mental illness with black folks. A lot of mental illness with everybody. You get with a woman, I know, like, you know, used to date a woman, man, you wasn't really too concerned about who her family was. But now if you date a woman, you got to, because guess what? You ain't just sleeping in the bed with that woman. You sleep, it's like you in bed with her father, her mother, her auntie, everybody that can influence her emotions. You sleeping with them motherfuckers too. You gotta be very careful these days. We're gonna end this, guys, shortly.
Like, yo, man, somebody needs to get this child, or you will go talk to that child's parents. All right, if you tried to talk to that woman, or if you tried to handle that problem and talk to that child's parents or whatever, especially if it's not your child or anything like that. If it was your child, you'd handle it, put him in time out or something. But if it's not your child, or if the woman has nothing to do with you, and you know what I'm saying, you're not interested in her, or y'all ain't got no business talking, or you know, y'all ain't got nothing in common, or she's not trying to get your attention for the sake of trying to get your number, or trying to, like, she thinks you're handsome or something, she's just trying to be annoying because maybe there's a situation where you don't like her or something, and because you don't like her, now she's being petty, or maybe because she may be jealous of you, and we're just talking about females for the sake of this dynamic, all right? Maybe she, you know, she feels some type of way because maybe she got an issue with men or something, or maybe she got a problem with men she need to work on.
Man, guys, let me tell y'all something, guys. Don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. We're going to go ahead and end this, guys. Everything's need to be said. I just want to make sure that I, you know, talked about a solution. I haven't got through this whole video yet, but I just wanted to make sure that I spoke of a solution to this issue. Pray to the Most High that he gives you a woman that's not going to bring you any trouble. If you're anointed, most likely you're going to have to be dealing with another woman that's anointed and stuff like this, guys. Damn, there's something else I want to say that slipped my mind. Hold on, let me see something.
But any man acting like this, he's acting like a woman. And he's acting feminine. Maybe he was only raised by his mom, and that's not to say anything about dudes that were only raised by their mom.
Yeah, it don't even matter these days, as the brother mentioned earlier in the video. It don't even matter. You can't. Yeah, it don't even matter that no more. But I want to say something. Hold on.
This is just this particular situation for this particular person. Like you're acting.
Oh, I wanted to say, look, guys. Man, when you get anointed, man, I hate to be looking down on people. I know this brother probably feels the same. I don't know him personally, but I know you. But you get to a point where you feel like everybody around you is a fucking peasant. Because when you get on the Most High, with the Most High, he's going to be bringing all this stuff to you that's on a higher level. People going to be saying you think you better than others. Look, I'm 40-something years old. I got a right to be better than somebody, goddammit. You get to the point where you just start to see a bunch of people as fucking peasants, man. And trust me, I am not an egotistical dude, guys. My channel, I don't come off like that. But that's the point it gets to. You realize you're dealing with some fucking peasants out here, man. Most of the people are fucking peasants and bottom feeder eaters and all that type of stuff. I'm going to go ahead and end it right here, guys. But I hope I talked about the problem and provided a solution. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.